What's up, guys? Back with me is here with Foster's Season 2, Episode 19, Justify the Means. Okay, so this episode starts off with Stef and Lena talking about how they want to go back to the original waiting period when they talked to the judge. And Callie's like, we all know that. And Callie's like, I just don't want you guys like spending your money on her and this whole judge thing. And even Murray is like, hey, Callie's got a point. We all know the judge is favoring Robert. So yeah. So then Steph reveals that she has a picture, that she's investigating Robert. So, because she even has a picture of Robert with a woman named Robin, which has Robin, mistress. So Robert is having an affair. So basically, Callie goes into the bathroom, and Marianne goes in, and then Jesus goes into the bathroom, and then she's like, then by the time she wants to go in, she's like, hey, it's at max capacity, and she's like, and Marianne's like, hey, Jesus is going. She's like, Callie's moving. She's like, what? They're like, what's up with you? And she's like, Callie's moving out. She can't find anyone dancing on a dance scene. Jesus is going to boarding school. None of that she's awesome. And then Callie and Brandon are like, you're going to boarding school? And he's like, yeah, maybe, probably not. And she's like, it's a boarding school. Academic? No, for wrestling. It's in Colorado. And he's just like, I thought I couldn't go. And she's like, I thought you said I could go. And she's like, doesn't mean. Yeah, and she's like, and you'll have to move in with. And she's like, Brandon, you'll have to move in. And he's like, why? To make room for the baby. And he's like, what? And he's like, I don't know. And he's just like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And Mariana's like, mom's on a baby, and it's having a girl, and she's their sister. How could they not? It's fate. And that's what makes, and that scene by Mariana saying it's fate makes Mariana back to knowing Mariana. That cannot stand. They are not, Mariana, they're not going to, I don't think they're going to adopt the baby. So stop bringing it up. And then he's like, I don't think. And she's like, why? Poor Mariana, why haven't they told her? I don't think they told Anna. And he's like, and then Brandon's like, I guess I'm not moving with you. And he's like, I mean, poor Anna. And Mariana says, I've got mascara. So she leaves. So yeah. So Brandon. So yeah. So sorry. So yeah. So they. Yeah. So Brandon. So let me talk about the Brandon thing. Brandon goes over to his dad's. I'm probably. Stuff I mentioned last week. You're probably gonna be in here because sometimes I do that. So yeah, so Brandon goes over to his playing piano, and Anna comes in, and she's like, and he discovers that there's some unopened notes, unopened letters, and he's like, "Was the person moved?" And she's like, "This isn't the first that they send unopened." So, and she's like, "Sorry that I took from you." She doesn't even know. She says sorry that she was lying. She doesn't even know why she was lying, and yeah, basically apologizing to Brandon. Brandon looks at the letter and goes to Mariana, and it's like, goes to Mariana, and he's like, hey Mariana. He basically says that maybe if Anna's parents knew about the baby, since moms are gonna take it, maybe they would. But unfortunately for Brandon, Mike comes home to Stephanie saying they're gonna adopt Anna's baby. So yeah. So Brandon tells the band that he cannot go to Iowa, he cannot go on tour because he says that moms wouldn't approve of it, but he basically tells Lou later that he can't go because classic music is his everything, and he would like to go to Iowa because classic music is his everything, and he would like to try to be what he once was. And Lou basically just wants to hear none of Brandon. That Brandon doesn't want Brandon one, and Lou walks out after Brandon So yeah, so Lou, not a good girlfriend. She's not, like pretty deserves someone that's gonna support him in his decision. Like Lou's original plans were to go on tour without Brandon, so now that she's dating him, she's mad that he's not gonna go on tour. Like Brandon, he needs a girlfriend that supports his decisions. Lou just basically walked out before he could say, "Hey, do you want to support this?" She basically walked out. Like, what kind of girlfriend does that, bro? But anyway, yeah. So let's talk about Jude and Connor. So Jude, so so yeah. So Connor and Jude are hanging out later. They're talking about how Jude didn't brush his teeth. So Connor's like, so yeah. So later, Jude and Connor are studying when Jesus is like, hey, I can hear you two breathe. Go to the dining room. But when they get to the dining room, Lena mentions something that I'm going to mention later. So she's like, go out in the back. But when they get to the back, they see Mariana and Matt kissing. And then when they go to the living room, they see Stef and Lena want to talk to Callie. So basically, they don't get any studying done. Poor Jude and Connor. But yeah. What Lena was mentioning is inviting Monty to dinner. Because Steph wanted to meet her, she even did some snooty saying that. So yeah, about how she went to Princeton, and so they invite her over to dinner. But unfortunately, for some reason, when they invite her over to dinner, Jesus is there. Like, where's Jesus? Where's Jesus? Like, why was he at the dinner? Like, he probably had wrestling practice, but they could have mentioned that. They could have said, hey, he has wrestling practice, but they say nothing about that. But anyway, yeah. Yeah. So Mariana starts talking about Timothy, about when Timothy was handing out those tests. She's the only teacher that they all like, except for Brent says, except his he likes Timothy, except his music teacher. He likes Timothy, except his music teacher. So yeah. So when Lena comes back, she even sees Mariana boarding class from English teacher. So yeah. So when she goes to go to Timothy's classroom, Timothy's back. So Lena. So yeah. So yeah. So anyway, Cal, Mar, 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 so yeah. So Callie. So during that, Jude and Connor studying together when they couldn't study. Jude was like, "Hey, Taylor and Daria are going out. They want us to go out too. They're going out tonight. Why don't we come with?" So basically, Jude goes with them, and Jude's like, hey, 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 Jude. Sorry, I kept saying Jude, but Daria's like, hey, there's her friend Brooklyn who hates her parents, so they want her to TP her house. So yeah, yeah. So anyway, but after they've done that, Daria's like, Taylor's like, hey Jude, you like Connor. So yeah, and she's like, hey, let's go. Let's sneak into her dad's house. Let's go into her. Let's take some booze. Let's make her drink some booze and steal them. And he's like, and she makes a joke about her mom's dead, but her mom's actually a yogurt treat, which if that actually made her mom's dead joke, I would have been like, wow, that got dark, but no. So Jude comes along for some reason. Jude drinks some of the booze, but Taylor's dad's like, hey, and Jude drops it, and they're running, and he just shoots, and basically, so yeah, so then Steph gets a call. So yeah, Lena does discover that Steph is investigating Robert, and because Robert said that he won't at the courtroom, that Robert is saying that he wanted more time with Callie, that he wanted to go to back to the waiting day period, and he he's like, yeah. And he was like, you gotta spend. Callie will get every other weekend as well. And the reason why he said that was because Stef is blackmailing Robert and is using the pictures of the affair to make Robert to. Stef is being blackmailing Robert, basically making him afraid that she'll out his affair to the world, and that's why Robert did it. And Steph's like, you just did it on your own. And Steph's like, I'll do anything to protect Callie. And she was like, and justifies means. I thought we were in this together. And Lena walks out. I guess why Lena's mad by this. Because Steph basically is blackmailing Callie's birth dad to do what she wants to. She's basically blackmailing him and saying that she'll probably out the secret unless he went back to the 100-day waiting period. Basically, that's what's happening, I think. I don't know. But, yeah. So Mariana was looking for more dancers. Callie joined the team. But Callie, was only doing it to be nice. She's actually a terrible dancer, as she said. So, Callie does quit, but Mariana's like, you should have been more honest with me. You can be more honest with me. And basically, they hug it out. But anyway, that wraps up this episode. I thought this episode was real good. Steph blackmailing Callie's dad was kind of wrong. To get what she wants, that was kind of wrong of Steph to do. And Jude not doing the smart thing by leaving before they went in. He could have just left and said, hey, I don't want to get drunk with you guys and make out. But no, he came along. But yeah, anyway, I thought this episode was really good. Next episode's the finale episode, then the finale, then we're done season 2. We'll start season 3. I'm really excited. Ow. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and please have a wonderful night, wonderful evening, and I'll see you next, the Fosters.